What's going on, guys? Asian Guy here, bringing you a video discussing the Battle Pass and the Battle Pass weapons. There are only 5 days left for the Battle Pass, so don't worry if you did fall behind a little bit, because this Battle Pass will be resetting very soon, in less than a week of uploading this video. Now, in this video, I want to talk about which are the best Battle Pass weapons to pick, and on top of that, whether you should be spending money on the Battle Pass if you are on the fence of, do I really want to spend or do I not want to spend at all? Because the ultimate winners, guys, and I'm sure everyone can agree with this, are the people who are free-to-play players in Genshin Impact. Hold your head up high and puff out your chest, because you can flex on all of us losers who have spent money on this game and fallen into the trap. I am very guilty of doing that. But let's get into the Battle Pass. So the first thing that I want to point out is, if you don't know what the Battle Pass is, it's a system where you get missions every single day, every single week, or throughout the duration of the entirety of the Battle Pass, where you get these kind of missions: log in, complete 4 daily commissions, collect 100 Liyue local specialties, defeat 10 elite opponents, etc. And while you do that, you get these rewards along the way. Now, these rewards are pretty dang insane. Now, let me show you guys the difference between a purchase Battle Pass, which is the premium Battle Pass, and the standard one. The difference is astronomical. It is absolutely huge. So for the basic Battle Pass, or Battle Pass, you'll get 27 of these adventurous EXP items, 36 of the purple ones, which is quite nice, 96 of these weapon EXP materials, you get 5 single pulls on the standard banner, and you get 720,000 Mora. Now, getting that for free is, of course, very nice. If you want to spend on the game, guys, and you are on the fence, $10, €10, £10, it's around that much to purchase the Battle Pass. Only if you're at level 50 will you get all of these rewards. But in terms of value for money compared to everything else in Genshin Impact, this is by far the best value for money by an astronomical amount. It's better than the Welcome Moon. I don't care what anybody says. This is way on a different level of how good this really is. So you are still only going to get 27 of the red EXP materials. However, you are going to be getting, I believe that's 126 more of these purple wits, which is freaking insane. On top of that, you're going to be getting, can I do some quick maths here, 288 more of these purple crystal items for weapon EXP. Did I do that maths right? I hope I did. And that is freaking ridiculous. And on top of that, you're going to be getting over 1.9 million more Mora. 1.9 million, guys. Not even 1.9. I did that completely wrong. 2.1 million Mora more. 2.1 million Mora more, which is freaking ridiculous. These are talent materials that you'll be getting. You'll be getting gold talent materials as well. But the main thing you will get from the premium Battle Pass, for again $10, €10, £10, wherever you are, it's around that value, you'll be getting a very good premium level weapon of your choice. On top of that, you'll be getting 4 intertwined fates and 680 primo gems, which, if you calculate it together, is worth 8 single pulls on the rate up banners, or 4 single pulls on the rate up banners, and 4 single pulls of any banner of your choice. Now, if you calculate the price of an average multi-pull, costs around £20, £20, €20, $20, and for €10, $10, £10, you get 8 pulls, which is too short of a multi-pull, and in exchange for those 2 pulls, you get all of this bonus stuff. That is ridiculous value for money. And again, I'm not trying to sell this to you guys. Only if you are in the situation where you are tempted to spend money on the game and you are already past the point of no return. You're like, I'm going to spend money on the game. What do I want to spend it on? Premium Battle Pass, it's a no-brainer. It's by far the best one. Now, if you do go down that route and you go down the rabbit hole like I've done, you have an option of 5 different weapons of which you can pick one from. Now, I only think there are 3 good choices here. And I'm going to eliminate the bow, and I'm going to eliminate the spear. Now, the spear is not bad, but I do think it is the worst weapon of the lot. The bow is great, but the problem with the bow, guys, is that, one, main DPS bow users, there are so many good bows in the game, excluding the 5 stars. So if you pull a 5-star bow, that's already a no-brainer. It's gonna go on your characters. There are some really strong 4-star bows in the game. The rust, the stringless, compound bow, these bows are superb as well. There's even some good 3-star bows in the game as well. The one with the slingshot is very good. Now, this one is good for crowd control, and if your main DPS is Fischl, for example, or Venti, and you really don't have any other good bows, then you might be tempted to do this. But in the long run, I'm very confident most people will be able to pull one of these top class 4-star bows like the stringless or the rust bow, which are very powerful, which is why I don't think it's really worth going for the bow. Now the sword and the Claymore and the Solar Pearl, the Catalyst, all three of these are superb. I would say the best choice you can make here is very much dependent on the characters you own. The Black Sword, if you have Keqing, for example, it's a no-brainer. This sword is designed for Keqing. It's superb. It's the perfect weapon for Keqing. The Solar Pearl is really good on essentially any main DPS Catalyst user, and the Claymore is also very good for any main DPS Catalyst user. I'll show you guys right here what I'm talking about. So, these are the characters. If you main DPS any of these characters, this is the only occasion where you really want to be picking your weapons up for. Who on this list are you really main DPSing for? Who on this list are you missing a good top tier weapon for? So obviously the spear is missing because it's Xiangling. Xiangling is the only spear used in the game right now. We're eventually going to get Xiao, we'll eventually get Zhongli, but the Crescent Pike for main DPS spear user, in my opinion, is actually better than the spear that we're currently offered in the Battle Pass. It's only a 16% attack boost. It might go up with refinement, but I really don't think it's worth the money to go for the spear, which is why I've just left it empty there. The bow users, these two are the only ones that I truly believe are viable for main DPS, and even then, you're going to want constellations on both of these, so these are already pay to win options as main DPS, and if you're using them as a support DPS, then is it really worth investing the one choice you can make per month for the bow into one of these two? And then this is where it gets tricky. Sword, Claymore, and Catalyst main DPS users. The Solar Pearl. Now, the thing with the Solar Pearl is I do think it is top class. It is like a 4.8 star weapon. I really do think it's that good. But there's a lot of good Catalysts in the game as well. There's some really good 4-star ones, and the 5-star ones, I feel like a lot of people have pulled them trying to get the Wolf's Gravestone. The 5-star Catalysts are amazing as well. There's just a lot of good variations there to be had. Now, the Claymore is a little bit different because the Claymore weapon, the Serpent Spine, gives you crit rate, which is really nice for these physical normal attack users or the elemental users as well in Diluc. Now, Diluc, at higher levels, you really don't want to have the Serpent Spine because he already has an inbuilt crit rate. But for the mid-game area, for example, if you have Diluc and then maybe have Razor for your second team in Abyss, or a Constellation 6 Noelle where she is DPS viable, or any other Claymore user in the future, even Chongyun can kind of make it work, the Serpent Spine is still a fine choice to have. I've tried the Serpent Spine on Diluc, I've tried it on Razor. I really do like it on Razor a lot. On Diluc, it's not bad at all, especially if you want all your substats for your artifacts to have crit damage rather than crit rate. Then the Serpent Spine is a very good choice because with Diluc and the Serpent Spine, you basically have your crit rate sorted, and then you can just full out build crit damage on the substats. That works very, very nicely. Noelle is also a good, has relatively decent synergy with the Serpent Spine because she doesn't really take damage if you can keep spamming her shields, which is very, very useful. But let's get to the main meat. This is the sword users. If you have Keqing, guys, I'm telling you right now, if you have Keqing and she is your main DPS, okay, this sword is designed for Keqing. If you take a look at Keqing's passive substat, it's crit damage. So because it's crit damage, you need to have crit rate to unleash that damage. If you have 0% crit rate, you will not ever see that crit damage ever. Crit rate is so important for Keqing, and look what is the substat for this black sword. Not only does it look amazing, guys, it has crit rate on it, and on top of that, no matter how you play Keqing, whatever your playstyle is, whether you like spamming normal attacks or whether you like spamming your E imbue for normal attacks or your charged attacks, 20% damage bonus. This sword is literally for Keqing. And then additionally on top of that, if you like staying with Keqing on the field for a long time, regenerate 60% of her attack or any sword user's attack as HP when normal and charge attacks score a crit hit. Now this is basically every 5 seconds you're going to be regenerating at least 60% of your attack every single time. And if you do take this weapon to Refinement 5, which is going to be a long way in the future, it's going to be 100% of your attack, which is going to be regenerated every single time. So there's basically 2 different effects going into this sword. So it's a very, very powerful sword. If you have main DPS Jean, if you have main DPS one of the twins, Luminaire, and I forgot the main character's name because it's just my name, but in this instance, Luminaire or Atsu, which is my name, then this is also a relatively decent choice. So which one are you guys going to be picking? It's very difficult, I know, especially if you have multiple main DPS characters. I do think Kaching, it has to be, if you do have her as a main DPS, she's one of your favorite characters to play, you gotta pick the Black Sword. Razor, if he is your main character, he does so well with the bonus crit rate because his attack speed in his ultimate does a lot of damage, and his attack speed goes up and up and up, and every strike, the more critical chance you have, or more chances to crit that you have. So that's very nice as well. And then the Catalyst, I mean, the Catalyst is so strong as well, guys. It's very, very difficult. But the Catalyst, normal attack hits increase elemental skill and elemental burst damage by 20% for 6 seconds. That's just a no-brainer. It's great. Crit rate on the substat is great. Likewise, elemental skill or elemental burst hits increase normal attack damage by 20% for 6 seconds. Again, that's so good for Klee, so good for Ningguang, so good for Mona as well. It has the crit rate as well. Crit rate is such a difficult substat to get. So if you are maining any of Mona, Ningguang, or Klee right now, then please get the Solar Pearl. If you are maining Razor or Diluc, then the Claymore is something you may want to be looking into. But if you are looking at sword users, Kaching, Jean, or the Twins as your main DPS, I know Chi-Chi can be kind of played as a main DPS, but I don't really recommend that. But then you want the Black Sword. Very, very, very good weapon. So out of the weapons, guys, the two that are the best ones to go for are the Black Sword and the Solar Pearl. The Serpent Spine, in my opinion, is the third best option, with these two at joint first. And then in fourth place is the Viridescent Hunt. And then last, and probably least, to be honest, is the Deathmatch. I hate to say it, but I don't think the Deathmatch is a great weapon right now. So those are my thoughts, guys. If you want to spend on the game, the best place to spend is the Battle Pass. But remember, guys, the free-to-play way is the ultimate way to play Genshin Impact, because you are the ultimate winners in that scenario. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope that was helpful for you guys. And remember to have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.